everybody, I'm here for the next video in this module. This one is going to be a kind of a wrap-up video, and it's going to be the last step in the data analysis process, and that's using a data protocol to begin to analyze your data. So I'm right here in part 5 activity. So what we're going to do is we're going to use what's called the ORID data protocol. And what ORID stands for is, ORID stands for Objective, Reflective, Interpretive, and Decision-Making Model. So what you're going to do in this module is you're going to click on this link, and then you're going to rename your module something like this. I'm copying mine so that way I can get it saved. So click on it. It'll ask you to make a copy. So I'll make a copy. Then I'm going to rename it. This is the same process you went through for your actual spreadsheet. So I'm going to paste it up here. And here is my module. So what you're going to do is this is going to kind of walk you through, and you could put, what I'd recommend with this is you could actually do this for a lot, but you may want to just take a look at your spring A-reading data. You either take a look at the risk level or the percentiles, and actually you can actually analyze anything you want to here, but I'm just going to take a look at the risk levels for the spring. And I'm going to kind of start talking about these different pieces. So the first one is guiding questions or objective part. And here's some guiding questions. What are the first things you notice about the data? What are some strengths? What are some facts that stand out to you? So what you would do is you go back to your spreadsheet. Again, I'm going to look at the spring risk level. So here's my spring, right here. Here's my spring level. And you can actually also do a comparison if you want to from fall to spring if you choose. I'm just going to look at just the spring. So I'm going to take off ESL, get rid of it for now. I'm going to take off grade. And I'm going to start looking at all of my students. So I'm going to notice here that one fact might be that I have about 31% of my population at high risk. And if I look at my some risk, I have about another 33% at some risk. So I got a lot of risk going on in my school. So I could write that one down as part of my objective. So you can just write that in there. You can also start looking for other things. Let's say you start breaking down your demographics. Let's look at grade level. Are there any grade levels that are doing well? Let's look at grade level. Are we seeing any difference? I noticed my third graders and fifth graders seem to have a lower percentage at high risk. So you could do that. You could take a look at your ethnicity. Are you seeing a difference in ethnicity in risk level? So you kind of just start using your pivot table to look at your data and start to ask questions. So you're going to take a look at this protocol. You kind of go through and look at your data and ask some questions. And then after you start looking at your data, you go over the reflective pieces. What pleased you or excited you? What concerned you? What data seemed consistent with your experiences? That's kind of the reflective pieces about what you know about your school already in your classes as a school leader, and your teachers and your students. Then you're going to start doing some interpretations. What trends or patterns do you see? And that's where you might want to go back and look at, say, some fall data. Or is your school changing? Are you seeing improvements from fall to spring? Then you can also think about what other data do you need to look at. Are you seeing similar data in the state assessment? Are you seeing similar data in other assessments you might collect? What trends? What areas might need attention really quick? What areas may benefit from long-term goals? What's your goal setting process? The last piece is how you're going to start to use this data to make decisions. How are you going to share with your building leadership team or other school teams? What data should be communicated to staff? What needs to be examined further? What should your message be about this data? And how and when will you present it? So that's kind of helping you as a school leader present some of this. And then you can actually summarize your pieces. This is one protocol you could use with your staff and teachers to share the data. So hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed this module. If you have questions, please let me know.